We are live.
What's going on, people? Hotep's been told you, back at it again. Episode 9, Hotep Jesus. What is going on, man? How you been?
I am just trying to survive in Trump's America as a cis hetero patriarch.
Yeah.
My gender is not fluid, so everything is cool. You know what I mean?
Yo, I seen there was a thread about this girl said, "Oh, this is the cis hetero patriarchy." I'm like, people are like, "What the heck is cis hetero patriarchy? What is this?" Like, they just create buzzwords on top of buzzwords. You need a better buzzword? We'll add another buzzword to the bottom. At the end of it, you have another one. Like, it's ridiculous, man. I'm just like, I'm done with these people, man. I'm done with them.
Yeah, they got these SJW compound words, man. Yeah, you heard about the new word for the transsexual private parts?
No.
It's called a front hole. It's called a front hole.
Who said that, man?
They said that the term vagina was too gender specific. So they needed something else to describe the sexual part for the transsexual. So they called it a front hole. This is what they said. This is what they wanted. This is
what they want to be called.
Yes, that they wanted to be called the front hole. You know what I'm saying? So somebody was on Twitter today. They said something wild to me. I was like, "Shut up, you Tide Pod front hole." So the new disc right now, the right we running with is front hole.
That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. Thanks for everybody coming in the chat. You know, we'll get right into it. This week, Jeffrey Epstein. Y'all saw the video. The white man allegedly he went in the airport, and I think, you know what? There's a couple things you can go here. I think he wanted a piece of that get beat by the police money. He wanted that police. He wanted a piece of that money, man. Some of these white folks are going to start getting smart. They be like, "Hey, man, they beating up Negroes and they just get millionaires." Oh, let me fall out. And he said, "Oh, what did he say?" He said, "Y'all treat me like a black person."
Yeah, he did say that.
That's crazy. What do you think about it, man?
Yo, first of all, you can't wild out in the airport like that. Like, you can wild out anywhere but the airport.
Right.
Then he gave him consent. He was like, "Arrest me." They were just itching for him to say that. You know what I mean? But that's what black people do too. Sometimes, like, you see black people, they run the cops. "I don't care, arrest me." They be like, "Okay." You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you say arrest me, of course they're gonna arrest you. Like, don't be stupid and allow them to. Like, you have the right to stand. You know what I mean? Stay in your place and say, "Look, you can't arrest me. I ain't do nothing wrong." But once you say arrest me, then you just gave him permission to. But I feel your theory on this, yo. I definitely feel your theory on this. He also, I feel like it's more. It could be a setup just to bring that reminder of the black police brutality back to people's mind, pre-election and all of that.
Definitely.
So it was like, but like you said, he, like, instead of hiring somebody from Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna do this shit myself.
But you know what was the kicker, right? Everybody was like, "See, even a white man know we getting beat down like this." I saw shine after shine after shine saying, "See," I'm like, man, he's just saying that, man. Y'all, I'm like, I always say it's chestnut checkers, man. They still on the checkerboard, man. I swear, man, they still on the checkerboard. Come on, man. That was the part, like you said, they want to throw the reminder out there. That was the part. I'm like, come on, man. You treat me like a black person. Like come on, man. What? I never heard no white folks that, like, you get hemmed up by the police. "Oh my God, they're treating me like a black person. You're supposed to treat better than this." Like, you just told them to be, like, you told the cops to hop on you. So they hopped on you. I mean, like, what's going on?
Yo, that's that white liberal shit, man. That's exactly what that is. That's that white liberal shit. You treat me like a black person. Some people were saying that was like an underhanded racist remark.
I mean,
I just
if
kept.
you want to stretch and reach for it, man, I guess.
I just kept rewinding the video. I just kept rewinding that shit. I was like, yo, where's the rest of it? You see him come out the hospital later on. His eyes is toe up because they sprayed the what's the name?
Yeah.
The tear gas. So his eyes was red and everything. And they let him out on bond. He had his coat in his hand because they take all your clothes. And
Yeah, there's some funny business with that, man. I don't trust it, man. Like you said, man, they just want to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, I don't trust it either. I don't trust it.
Hey, everybody in chat, man, I need you to hit the thumbs up. We got 50 people in here, 16 thumbs up. Help Hotep's been told you out. Help us out. Hit that thumbs up.
Somebody in the chat said, what he said? Wait, what he say? Look. Never mind. I can't find it. Yo, somebody said something funny. Oh, there it goes. Subconscious said Talib Kweli is the weakest human being to ever exist.
We'll get to Talib. We got him on the docket. Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Jim Brown, one of the greatest, probably, running back wise, if you follow Football American News, he's probably one of the greatest running backs of all time. He cut his career a little bit short, but he was a powerful back. He was in the he was knee deep in the civil rights era. You know what I mean? And he's come out for Trump, and he come out for Trump again, saying he's going to support him. 2020, he riding with the bull. He riding with the Don. And I don't think he's afraid of any backlash. He's old head. You get old head, you don't care, but he gave him a salute to Dre. That was something nice to see, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, you hit it on the head right there when you said he's an older head and he ain't got nothing to lose. That's what you see from a lot of the older generation. That's when the truth start coming out, because it's like, I done lived my life. What you gonna do to me now? Right. And that's what black people don't realize is these black celebrities, they be having something to lose if they come out for Trump. That money gonna get cut off. That's why Talib goes so hard on Twitter. He trying to keep that left-wing money coming in.
Right.
And Jim Brown don't need that money. So when you hearing Jim Brown speak, you talking about an independent black man. Second of all, you can't call him a coon because he's knee deep in the civil rights era. He got stained in the civil rights era. He got stained in black movies, black history, and sports. Like he's an icon. He got all types of stripes. You know what I'm saying? In all different arenas. So you can't talk trash about this man. You almost dissing your elders at that point, right? So if Aretha came out and Aretha was for Hillary, I wouldn't disrespect Aretha. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Aretha. She an older head. She has her own opinion. That's what it is. I let the greats be greats. And black people don't got no respect for our elders. No respect. And that's sad.
I don't know what happened to that, man. Culture, I don't know what happened to that. I think we got super chat, man.
Do we? What is that? A Canadian bills? $8 super chat from Liza Williams. Honored to be here from Canada. So glad I found your channel, HJ. Yo, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Liza Jean. Thank you so much.
And you were right on the point on the, these people today have something to lose. Kevin Hart went out there VMAs. Now he only said a little jokey joke about, he told Trump to suck it, and I don't know, people try to make a big deal out of it, but you can get joked on. Trump can get joked on. Let's be for real. You can get the jokes. Everybody can get the jokes.
Yes.
But when you go against policy and then you're fronting like John Legend and everything else, man, that's why I think it goes a little too far. But like a joke what Kevin Hart did, and some of the conservative circles were up in arms, like, oh, Kevin Hart, he just told a little weak ass joke, man. Out of here,
man. Y'all shouldn't even be paying watching that VMAs anyway. Shame on you. Y'all shouldn't even have seen that because I didn't even know about that. What the hell is wrong with them getting mad about some little Kevin Hart joke? Can I read something here what Jim Brown said?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
He said, I should be criticizing Trump on every level because he does certain things that call for criticism. And I agree with that. Trump does a lot of things, but that's what I love about him. That's what makes him so raw and real. He said, but when I look at television, I see all these announcers become experts and they're pointing the fingers and they're not doing a doggone thing but pointing their fingers. Woo! He said, I find myself really pulling for the president. Woke. Jim Brown is Hotep. That's Hotep right there. He said, when I look at the television, when I look at the TV, that's what people don't understand. He said, now that would make me very unpopular in the black community, very unpopular with a lot of Americans. But I think there are certain good things that are coming out of this presidency because we've never seen anything like it. How many times have we said that?
Yeah.
Why don't people see this? Now, the last part I want to read here, he says, now this is the part where he comes out as Hotep. He says, I believe that I have to work on myself first to be as good a person as I could be to back up my country as best as I know how. That's Hotep. We're not asking the country what it could do for us. We asking what we could do for our country. What JFK say? He said, in the second situation, I should be helpful to those who need help that don't have life as good as I have it. And if I do those two things, I think I'm making my contribution. That's Hotep. Jim Brown is Hotep.
Definitely.
We keep asking the government, we keep asking white people for the handouts, help us. No, you're a verified blue check delegation Negro. You work at CNN and you drive a Ferrari. Your Black Lives Matter and Soros gave you the $7 million check, and you won't do nothing but get on TV and act like Sean King. And he contributed nothing. So when people ask Hotep, what are you doing for the black community? This is my answer. I believe I got to work on myself first. And then once I'm good, I will help the people.
You're right. You definitely are right. Yeah, the super chat.
Vita Bruno with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you. I heard Hoteps was coming for Amanda Seales concerning Black DOS versus Black immigration after her recent rants. Let me just tell you, I don't get involved in them Akata versus Africa debates. That is pure foolishness because they all ran to see Wakanda. Oh, John Jay back. Uh-oh. I missed you, dog. John Jay with a $5 super chat. Trump's economic plan is only beneficial to the elite. The wealth inequality gap will never begin to close unless we get radical. My man, John Jay. I love his heart, man. So much vigor, so much life.
Okay. Now, we got to talk about Cohen, man. Cohen went out there, signed some paperwork, took pleas, cop pleas, snitching, ratting. Over what? I don't know exactly. Just trying to frame it like paying hush money to his side chicks is somehow a campaign finance violation. I don't know how that computes, man. I just don't know. I mean, he wanted to keep it quiet. So, Melania is going to be like, hey, he's trying to keep his family together. Don't come out, man. I don't want to get another Force. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How is this first I was at a campaign finance, then they're trying to say it's influencing the election. When we start from Russia. We start from Russia, and somehow we get the Trump side chicks and I don't understand that.
He said we went from Russia to the hose.
Yeah, went from Russia to his hose, man.
Yo,
of course, that's got some hoes. He
rich. Yo, that's how you know they reaching. When you go from one extreme to another, you just reaching at this point.
Yeah,
looking for everything, anything. Yo, Cohen saw them. He saw that 60 years pop up. He was like, "Whoa, whoa, what y'all want to know?"
He's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
Wait a minute.
But the thing is, they must have something more on Cohen, because, like, why wouldn't he be like, "Man, Trump, I'm just going to plead guilty. Can you pardon me?" And you know what I'm saying? Because Trump could pardon him, right? So why would he have to flip all the way like this? I don't know, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, yo. You see that time, you gonna drop the dime. Telling you, he started. They sent you in that interrogation room. He's like, I got a jail cell for you next to Small Billy. And Billy likes boys. You want 60 years next to Billy? Cohen was like, "Hold up, I'm about to call Omarosa right now." Omarosa, don't you got some tapes? He said, "Yo, I know I got some side chicks around here." He say, "How many years can I get for a side chick? You take up 10 years for Stormy, take up 10 years for this." That's negotiating, man. The thing is, I don't think they really want anything incriminating. I think they just want anything to just degrade his image. Because if there was something there, concrete, it'd be out by now, yo.
Yeah, as long as it's been. Because you have to look at it. Mainstream media is making a fortune off of this stuff. You know what I mean? They don't want this to end either. You know what I mean? So they're just going to keep this running, man.
He and a lot of people are talking about like Trump. I'm like, bruh, homeboy was dealing with tax evasion. That's that Al Capone. That's what they got Al Capone for.
Yeah.
But you know what was funny about this whole Cohen thing was, remember the girl that died this week? What's her name? Molly Tibbetts.
Yeah.
So Molly Tibbetts got killed by the illegal immigrants, and mainstream media was covering a bunch of rich dudes getting caught for tax evasion just to avoid the fact that an illegal killed Molly Tibbetts.
Yep.
And I just want to say RIP to Molly, again, a victim of left-wing politics. Had Molly been conservative, had Molly been Hotep, she might still be alive today. Because Molly thought her enemy was the white man. I saw on her Twitter, she said, "I hate white people," following a Republican win last year. So she was a liberal. And this is the problem when students are indoctrinated with the ideology of Marxism and communism. They get confused as to who the enemy is. So when the enemy is standing right in front of them, they don't know it, and it's risking our lives. And the mainstream media want to talk about Cohen. Boy, the corruption.
Yeah, that Molly story is really sad. You know, I seen one of her cousins or something say they don't want to make this politicized. They don't want to politicize her death or whatever. But if I'm the right man, sometimes you get somebody's death or action is always going to get politicized. You know what I mean? It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? They might not want it, but I think some people go too far. They always say, "Oh, the subhuman filth from the third world." I mean, you don't have to go that far. Hey, man, these people are undocumented. They need to be accounted for, and we can't have this. That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
How they can get closer to getting your way, than taking this subhuman IQ, their low IQ, and all this other. I'm like, oh man, that's not helping y'all, man. That's not helping y'all. You got to deal with the mainstream public and how their mind works. You know what I'm saying? You're going too far. I think John Jay let off like 3 of them joints, man. I'm not reading.
I said I'm not reading. John Jay, $5 super chat. Trump has bankers in his cabinet. He's completely beholden to our ally. His goal is to globalize the USD, international petrodollar income. Noggs like this is his other super chat, $5 super chat. Like Noggs like hearing this about paying off his hoes, but this stuff is all a distraction. Yes, it is a distraction. And he says another $5 super chat from John Jay. Left-wing politics isn't to blame for immigration. George Bush loves the idea of letting in millions of Hispanics. Woo, John Jay.
Well, he does have a point, you know. Bush and them was the first to start that. Because I remember back in the day, man, the 80s, man, I'm like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? That was the Reagan Bush era. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, those guys, you know, that Molly Tibbet, that guy who killed her, allegedly, he worked at a place. It was a big Republican cat out of Iowa, owned the place. You know what I'm saying? So they're definitely taking advantage. And that was my thing for fighting illegal immigration. I'm like, man, the jobs is going to go to them because they're going to work for cheaper. That was my whole thing. I didn't care about, you know, numbers, race numbers, or whatever, politics or whatever. I'm like, no, man, why would you invite your competition to jobs in here? It didn't make no sense.
And then you wonder why the wages ain't like what they is. You destabilize the economy, dummy. Heather Heyer, you know when they say we politicize these deaths? If Heather Heyer doesn't feed into mainstream media's mess, she's not even present at that fake Charlottesville rally.
Right.
So she doesn't even have an issue of going into cardiac arrest. And this is what I'm saying. This is the toxicity. This is what we call fear mongering. Alex Jones likes to talk about this, the fear mongering of the media. And then what it does is it radicalizes these people and puts their lives in danger. We saw it with Sandra Bland.
Yeah. You know, and last of the Trump news, man. You know, he tweeted today. What did he tweet, man? He tweeted about South African white farmers, man. Expropriation and everything. I guess Tucker Carlson mentioned it on his show. You know, Trump loves Fox News, man. He loves Tucker's show, Hannity's show. And then what's the guy's name from the ANC? He said it's a war. He told Trump it's a war, man. You're tall line. You're genociding blacks in America. And I'm like, man, what? This is people want to talk about distractions. This is one of the biggest distractions I've ever seen. You know,
yeah, I view this kind of like I view almost all foreign issues. You know, I think we have to take care of home first. Right. And I think that the people that are worried about this identify with the whites in the South. If you're worried about, if you're white in America and you want Trump to do something about this, I think you're identifying with the whites in the South of Africa. If you're black, you identify with those Africans down there. If you look at this thing objectively, we can say that there's a lot of history in South Africa. And this history is complicated. There's a lot more to it. And there's never been peace in South Africa between the blacks and the whites. So this issue that they're trying to bring to the light is not new. It may be new for white people, but it's not new for, you know, the region. When you had Nelson Mandela, they was bombing buildings. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was Nelson Mandela's age. So this isn't new. But again, I view this just like all other foreign things. I want to take care of America first.
Yeah. You know, it surprises me. I see so much, you know, white American concern about that. You know what I mean? I because like you said, I think you need to take care of America first. That was one of Trump's slogans, America first. Now I'm all for helping people and stuff like that, and make sure no genocides happen. You know what I mean? But there's plenty of genocides that happen. You know what I mean? Libya. I mean, they're selling slaves in Libya and stuff like that. So it's tough, man. I think they're just going to have to work that out themselves, and I hope nothing crazy happens. If they got to give up their farms, they should get their market value for it, or damn near close to it. They shouldn't really undercut them so bad that they would rather fight than die than sell it and things like that nature. We'll see, man. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I never want to see people get hurt. I think that's just really hard to watch for me. John J. Super Chat. John J. Fox News is owned and operated by the Zionists, the Murdoch family. News Corp is controlled by our greatest ally. That's John J's words. Thank you for the $5 super chat, John J. We're gonna have to bring you on one day, man. We're gonna have to bring you on one day.
All right. Let's talk about your bull. This is your bull, Talib Kweli, man.
Wait,
you
did
broke
we cover
bread with him, smoked L's with him.
I did smoke an L with Talib. I did. I was at his house. We kicked it. You know what I mean? I met his white workers. I walked up in there. It was two white people working for him. I said, "Well, what happened to Black Lives Matter?" That's what I said to myself. You know what I'm saying? He got a white woman working for him and a white man working for him. I said, Lord have mercy. Can I get some paper up in here?
Hell no.
Yo, we sat down. We discussed the deal. I was supposed to work with him, and he canceled on me. See? No. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The left, the evil left.
So anyway, he was getting into Twitter beef with Eric Dooley. It was Maj Toure.
Eric July.
Yeah.
Maj Toure.
July, my fault. People were hitting me up like, man, your boy Talib is wilding. It was for days, and my man was just talking about like he wants to do self like black. What's the word for it? Self work for self, and Talib is arguing against that.
Oh yeah. Talib is his career right now is hanging on by the thread of a white liberal's hair. This is what Talib's holding on to. He need that white man. Otherwise, he ain't gonna get booked no more. I watched this thing. It started on last Thursday with Eric July, and I watched this thing just keep going on my timeline up until I want to say today, I should say. Maj Toure got pulled into this thing. Let's just go ahead and just read Maj Toure's timeline because that's hilarious. But Eric July actually, Eric July dropped a diss track. he when this shit dropped, he DM'd it to me. Hold on, let me find the
it's bad if you got a Twitter beef and you got to drop a diss track on him, man.
It was Ripper. That was a mistake. Talib Kweli diss. I just want to make sure that was a mistake. He dissed Talib Kweli. It was funny. Wednesday, I was sitting to myself like, yo, they might as well just battle rap because they both rappers. I'm like, y'all should just drop diss tracks at this point because it's been 5 days. I'm sick of this shit. And then, he said he dropped the track and the track was fire. He said something. He said, yo, you be complaining about catcalling, but you the one that's pussy. I said, oh. So the bars is definitely official. You know what I mean?
Yo, I never seen somebody's like. I used to love Talib Kweli music, man, and I never been so ruined, turned off about his artistry by what he tweets. It's just it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't even listen to the Black Star album no more, man. Yo, like, what is more? If you'd have asked me like 2 years ago, like what you be listening to, I'd be like, yo, the Black Star album. When I go anywhere, people like, yo, what you like? Black Star album. Now it's like I can't even play my staple album, yo. It don't even sound the same no more. Come on, yo. Like, you know, the Kanye said, "Don't never meet your greats."
Yeah.
So this is what Maj Toure. Somehow Maj Toure got pulled into this, and Maj Toure is the guy that runs Black Guns Matter. He's got ties with the NRA, Killer Mike, out of Philadelphia, doing great work in the community. He says, "Hey yo, Talib Kweli, stop playing on the internet, man. I will beat the shit out of you in real life." You an old head. Cut this crazy shit out. I'm going to see you in Atlanta, and we're going to sit down and discuss the miscommunication in person. Uh-oh. So Maj has been taunting Talib Kweli. He's saying they tweet, we do actual work. Hashtag Black Guns Matter. And you can see pictures of him speaking to crowds in Atlanta, Compton, Detroit, Baltimore, New Orleans, Philly, Boston, Phoenix, St. Louis, Oakland, and there's no Talib Kweli in sight.
No.
None of these Black Lives Matter cats. But Maj is out here doing good work in the community, man. And Talib's just on the internet. And Talib's calling this guy a white supremacist and, you know, you a Nazi sympathizer. Like, come on, yo.
I never seen so many black people get called Nazis and white supremacists. I never seen so many black people get called white supremacists a day. Like in 2018, there's been plenty of them. They just called Candace that last week. Talib's calling him a bull. It's wild, man.
Yeah, I get called a white supremacist probably like once a day. Or a Nazi or something like that. It's really wild, man. It's really, really wild.
Canuck, thank you for the $20 donation.
Word? Somebody gave us a 20 spot? Damn, that's love, man.
Anyway.
That's love.
Off Talib. I still got that J line. What did he say? If lyrics sold, honestly, I'd be the next
he said
Talib.
Yeah, he said, if lyrics sold lyrically, I'd probably be Talib Kweli. That's what he said, man. Yeah.
Please. Please don't anybody but him. Anyway, we gotta talk about my boy Paris Dennard, man. He just gotten some heat, man. Whoop. You know, last week he got, you know, he was on the Agent Mud. He told Agent Mud how he was getting that money, and Agent Mud was mad. He was like, "You wasn't supposed to tell that to the people, Paris. You're done." Now listen. If you go back and look at that video, he said you're done. They cut him off.
Oh,
they really said he was done. Paris Dennard. They went back 4 years ago, Arizona State. Hey man, you were harassing the white girls out there, man. Get your ass out.
Word. Ooh. That's that old.
That's crazy, man.
That's that old black man messing with the white woman thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You talk to that white woman, you get hung, man.
But you know what? This really proves it gave validity to what he was saying to that guy. You know, man, them agents, they were using that security clearance to go to these non-government businesses and get contracts.
Yeah.
So when Trump is threatening to cut people's security off, everybody's like, "Oh, ho, ho, ho!" He's cutting off their money line. You know what I'm saying? And Dennard was right about that.
Yeah.
And so they's like, oh, let's make some phone calls. We got an uppity Negro on CNN. Let's take care of his black ass. You know, and then here comes the article. That's why it's fake news. This is why Trump is right when it's fake news. If this was true, CNN should have saw this when they did their background check. They didn't do a background check to put this guy on goddamn TV every goddamn night. They knew this shit happened.
They knew it.
But sometimes, see, this is what the deep state does. They'll let you slide on something, and you think you slid on it, but they bring it back like, oh, this is their ace in the hole. That's how the deep state works.
Yeah, as soon as you step out of line. As soon as you step out of line, they're gonna get you back right. That's the power of the black conservative. Somebody said today, they was like, yo, black conservatives got it worse than everybody. It's like you black and you conservative, so everybody hates you. Say you got the KKK, you got the white nationalists hate you, alt-right hate you, the white liberal hates you, and black people hate you.
The most hated is the
black conservative is the most hated man on earth, yo. Damn. And Paris Dennard is our martyr, man. He went out like a G this week. They came and got him. They lynched him, yo. Candace was mad. Candace Owens was hot. You know what I'm saying? We was talking. Huh?
He had that bull hot, man. He had him hot, man. This is what happens, man. I hope they unsuspend him, yeah. You know what I mean? Because if people read the article, if people in chat read it, it seemed like he just had weak game. He was just trying to get some play, but he got shot down, I guess. I don't know. He said he was trying to make masturbatory. What's he calling? Hey, meet me in the back room.
Oh shit. Yeah, he a brother with no game, yo. He's just a brother with no game. But they will dig up your past, yo. They will go and find something. I hope they don't find my mug shots. I'm telling you right now, y'all, I got some mug shots out there floating around. I ain't got no record. I got no felonies, but I got a lot of mug shots. So if y'all see something, don't let them twist it and say I did something wrong. Nah, I ain't do nothing wrong, man. It was
the record state on Hotep's Been Told episode 9.
Yeah, my record is let the record. Yeah, it's for the record. Yeah, my record is clean. But Paris, man, damn, this is crazy.
I think got another donation.
Enjoy your show. Went down the Hotep rabbit hole from Tron James. Dope, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, bro. The Hotep rabbit hole. Somebody said Paris took one for the team for real. He really did, but it just goes to definitely show you, you know. And so is that election meddling? Are you meddling in elections every time you cut off a voice on the right? This is what's happening, man. 48 hours.
The way they're trying to get it, it's just the same thing. They're still tearing down statues, man. I thought they got all the statues last year. Sleepy Sam or whatever the hell they called it, Sam. They tore it down. I don't know, man. I thought they was done with this stuff. They still doing it. I guess they got more statues. You know, my thing, I don't care, man. Leave them up there or put them in a museum with one. You know, I think this is you got to think long term. Sometimes this is how they, you know, remake history. You know, they gonna melt all these they're gonna melt all these statues down, right? It'll be like the white man was racist and prove it. You can't bring up nothing, man. They're gonna destroy Roots. Wait till they're gonna get the Roots movie. They're gonna destroy it, burn all the archives and all that shit, man. I don't know, man. It's at some level, I think it's just they're just trying to provoke emotions out of whites and blacks, and keep this tension going. Because it's just a statue, man.
It reminds me of you got like a drunk tough guy, and he's mad, and he don't really want to fight nobody, so he's just like punching the wall.
Yeah.
That's what that act reminds me of. It's like you want to look tough, but you ain't really doing nothing. You're not really impacting or making a long-term impact. It just looks nice that you did something. You know what I mean? That it's just for show. What Jay-Z said, moral victories are for minor league coaches. And this was when he was a black Republican. He said moral victories are for minor league coaches, and that's what it is. Everybody's looking for a moral victory instead of the real victories. Like, we're not really listening to that 444 album.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. It's a moral victory. These people's lives are not going to change. You say black folks is oppressed and everything like that, and how is your life going to change because this statue is no longer up? I think this is another white liberal trick. They give you like, what I mean? You need like opportunity. They give you pull down statues. This is the white liberal trick. In the shine keep falling for this foolishness. They keep falling for it, man. They keep falling for it, man. I don't know what's wrong with them, man.
Yo, I just posted in the chat a link to my tweet. I posted this tweet a couple of days ago. It went viral. I think it's something like, I don't know, 3,000 retweets. What is it? To 2,200. Close to 4,000 likes. But it's of this gentleman, H.K. Edgerton. And it's about 8 minutes long. And boy, yo, he's laying down real historical facts about Civil War, the Confederate flag, and I want people to go and sit down and listen to it. But this is a brother who is he's on the Confederate flag side, and there are white liberals, along with their college professor, who's the Marxist indoctrinator, useful idiot, with his students there protesting. And of course, one of the students is going to come over behind Mr. Edgerton and hold up this sign. Now, Mr. Edgerton is an old school Negro. And he don't play that. He almost went into like grandfather mode on her ass. Like these white kids, they don't know that Southern elder culture to where you got to have respect for your elders. And he almost went there. I'm glad he didn't. There's somebody, but I kind of wanted him to. But he did it. Somebody, they helped him hold his composure. But she was very rude, this student. Instead of you sit there and listen to the man speak. This is what's wrong. We don't want to sit down and listen to each other. We just want to contradict. But she just sat down. She could have learned something. But again, she's controlled by the white liberal agenda, man.
Yeah, and you know what? If you go on these tweets like about the statue, I swear I see nothing but white folks like tweet after tweet, like yeah, tear it down, I'm like, it doesn't mean nothing. They're the biggest one co-signing like they did something. I'm like, hey, y'all don't get the hell out of here with this shit. This is
Yeah, you did?
The bait and switch. That's all it is.
The old bait and switch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you got $5
one. Lauren Pelletier, H.K. Edgerton, please have this guy on Hoteps Been Told You. Hoteps Been Told You. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Hoteps Been Told You does not have guests. We may not have guests. I think we want to get into a rhythm and everything before we start having guests because there's a lot of topics we try to cover within an hour. And the guest, would be really hard. Maybe we'll do 2 shows a week at some point, and then that show we can have guests on or something. But thank you, Lauren. You know, somebody's got to get that guy some more visibility. HK Edgerton.
Yeah, definitely. We come to Shine of the Week, man. And
Shine of the Week.
This was a tough one because I really wanted to give it to Talib.
Right.
I wanted to give it to him, Mr. Stick to Your Ribs, Talib Kweli. But I couldn't do it. You know, Nicki Minaj acted like a complete shine for like 2 weeks straight, man. And you know, you've been in the music industry, man. I know it's cutthroat in that joint. You know, she didn't get #1 album, and that seemed to set her off. You know, I don't know if it was foolery or Travis Scott was bundling concert tickets, his girlfriend's panties, and you know what I mean. He outsold her. You know what I mean? But it's not like Nicki Minaj didn't sell a lot. She did $180, I think.
Mm-hmm.
First, she's making excuses after excuses. You know, she put her man out, her ex-man's hairline out. You know what I mean? She's just been acting a damn fool. She said Harriet Tubman was some new nigga shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was this. She really had a bad week, but it wasn't really that bad. It was just. I don't know. She's feeling the music industry pressure. Is that what you said?
Yes, she is feeling the pressure. She's letting it get to her. But you saw her tour got canceled. But this is what happens when your fan base grows up and you don't.
Right.
Her brand was built off of foolishness from the very start. She was a Hollywood act. She was a minstrel show. So when your base is based upon foolishness, eventually it gets old. You got to reinvent yourself. You have to mature. You have to grow up. Now, when she first dropped the Chun-Li single and the other single, she went out to the UK, and I think she talked to Zane Lowe or somebody. And even in that interview, there was a whole lot of gossip.
Yeah.
When you're time to promote your album, this is your time to talk about how you felt when you put this album together, the people involved with the album, the sound of the album, how you want to promote the album, your tours, your dates, your fans, your life, your story. She chose to be her own episode of Love and Hip Hop. And then that explodes, right? Because you call yourself queen. If you're queen, you should be above this behavior. But she wasn't. She got desperate. She saw those numbers wasn't coming in. The record label makes the call. Yo, them numbers ain't really doing too much. What are you gonna do about this? That's how they do, right? What are you gonna do about this? We just got the estimates in. I got it. So she gotta go to the first thing she know, bird behavior. Ratchet Queens bird behavior. You don't have to act like that.
Right.
You don't have to act like that. And understand you got a lot of pressure. And I know it feels like everybody's on you right now. And I don't want to dogpile on Nicki, but she's acting like a child. And everything that's happening to her right now is her doing. She could have been, a lot more tactful about this rollout instead of trying to be the drama queen. And because if you call let's say her name was Riff Raff or Hood Rat, then this would have helped sell her album. But her album's Queen, and she's not acting like a queen.
Definitely, you hit it nailed right on the head. You know, I listened to the album. I didn't think it was that bad. You know, I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan in the slightest, but it wasn't terrible. You know, I think she has talent. She just can't. She hasn't put it all together yet, you know. And she spent her prime acting like you said it was a minstrel show. She came out with this big ass blonde afro, and was looking around, looking all geeked out and shit like that. Then she spent her prime acting like a shine. Now it's come back to bite her. You know what I'm saying? Bite her in the ass. And people's tired. And now there's a new girl on the block, Cardi. You know what I mean? And you spent your whole career. You didn't help any other girls put on or nothing like that. Now all this hate is bitch you on the ass. You know what I'm saying? And the industry got it like on MTV, and they don't care. They'll have a new nigga next year. They'll have a new person next year. Now it's Cardi B's time, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's your job to stay hot. It's not the label's job to stay hot. And the label saw Nicki was losing her luster. We all saw it.
Yeah.
We all saw it. Once you're open to getting criticized, we know that the labels see it. They might not say nothing to Nicki, but they see it. But Nicki Minaj coming out with chicken wing necklace on, trying to be the black lady, trying to be the black Lady Gaga. Let's be honest, she wanted to be the black Lady Gaga, and Cardi B rose to fame because Cardi B was real. She was herself. She's the only person that went to Love and Hip Hop, left, and transcended it. And Nicki didn't manage her career properly. I think she was looking for, here's what happened to Nicki. I'm going to tell you the deciding moment and the downfall of Nicki Minaj. And it was when Young Money and Cash Money had the fallout. Because as soon as that happened, she ran to Meek Mill. She ran to Maybach Music, Hope and Ross, and and all of them could be her new family because Young Money broke up. And Young Money was such a power, nobody really predicted them to break up. Right? Nobody really expected that to happen like that. And then when they did, she had no home.
Yeah.
And I think she panicked. But if I'm in Nicki's corner, Nicki wouldn't even be dropping an album right now. Nicki would be on her 50 Cent leg of her career, where she has a TV show. She's now a sitcom icon.
Right.
She's in movies. She's doing Hollywood. She needs to be at the Will Smith level. You know how these people are musicians and then they move over to Hollywood? Ludacris, Tyrese, Jamie Foxx, like these people move over to Hollywood from music to Hollywood. That's what you're supposed to do. Like Hollywood is graduation for a musician. And she never graduated.
No. I think she might be trying to podcast, with her Queen's Radio. She saw jump on the Button wave. Button got that Spotify bag. You know what I mean? So I think Nicki's trying to jump on but that might be her lane. You know what I mean? Because she just can rant and rave on a radio show and be done with. You know what I mean? But as far as a hip hop, that thing might be over because the next one's going to really, really bomb. You know what I mean? It's going to be over. PragerU, man. The Facebook pulled one of. They shadow banned her. They pulled their video. It wasn't even a controversial video. It's just Facebook. They're going to war. The tech companies, the leftist tech companies, are going to war. That's what they're doing against all conservatives.
When you hire all liberals and you sit them at a computer and you give them the power to delete stuff, that's what starts happening. But of course, there's a higher power that definitely is influencing this. But when you looked at PragerU, they posted their stats and it was like they were showing their views on their videos, their impressions, and it was like 70,000, 150,000, 40,000, 200,000, 70,000, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I was like, oh, so not only did they remove their video, but they completely blocked their page from getting any reach. They wouldn't show the content to their followers or anybody else on Facebook, which is cause for concern. So then PragerU goes to Twitter. They raise hell. We all backed them. We all raised awareness. And then Facebook had to come and apologize to PragerU, and PragerU got their stuff back. But let's say you're not PragerU and you don't have that clout, they could just get you out the paint real fast and in a
Yeah.
hurry, man.
Yeah, because like it was like last month on YouTube, man, there was like a week stretch. I didn't have any. I couldn't get any subscribers for like it was like a week and a half, and I was actually losing subscribers. And I'm like, as long as I've been making videos like consistently, I've never had like this dip of like new subscribers. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man? You know, I think they pull the lever sometimes just to do it and see if anybody will notice it or anything like that. But it helped PragerU because they have a big following. But you can imagine they've been probably do it to a lot of people. And if you don't have the voice to get out, man, then you just stuck, man. You got to keep grinding.
You stuck. And it was that whole gender issue, man. The gender roles. But like you said, the video was clean. It was a really clean corporate. It was a corporate video, I felt, and they took it down as if it was like some sort of alt-right anti-Semitic propaganda.
Thought it was, man. Oh man, that boy Zuckerberg, boy.
Yeah.
Football American news. NFL male cheaters. First, they still trying to debate the boycott. Kneeling. They still want to kneel. This is going on season 3 of the kneel. And now they got NFL cheerleaders, man. Male cheerleaders. I don't think they get pom-poms.
They already got pom-poms.
Oh my gosh. Pause.
Yo, this is how I feel. Gay is the new black.
Yeah.
The LGBT cause has trumped, pun intended, has trumped Black Lives Matter and the black plight. So NFL was like, look, we ain't got to cater to these niggas. Fuck these niggas. Let's go after the gay crowd because they the ones that got clout. So NFL been paying attention. Either that or they the same ones pulling the strings. So they put that word in, and now we got male cheerleaders. And I haven't heard too much of a fuss because you can't fuss about that. You'll be called homophobic or something. I don't know. But this is crazy. Male cheerleaders and the NFL, like where does that make sense? Like what part of male demographic says we need male cheerleaders? Oh my God, this shit is crazy.
The female football fans don't even want to see it. That's the thing. I'm like, the women were like, man, I don't want to see this. Man, I'm that serious, man. Like, even if they wanted to look at a male body, like, why would they look at this cheerleader instead of the NFL football player? You know what I mean? It doesn't even make they don't even want to see it. So it's being forced. It's not for them. I still think they're trying to destroy the game, man. They got to knock football down a few pegs. Make soccer more popular in the States. I don't know, but
where's the yeah, I see it. Hold on, let me get to that. Where is the fuss about the gender wage gap in these male cheerleaders? Where is the fuss about men taking women's roles?
That's the thing. I said it's misogyny at its finest. He's saying I can be a better cheerleader than these women.
Move over, shorty. Let me show you how to do it.
Let me show you how it's
done. This is misogyny, yo. This is the epitome of misogyny. But it just goes to show you that emasculation is in and acceptable. And as long as a man is taking a woman's role and he's female about it, it's just more than welcome to. It's overlooked that he's a man.
Yeah.
Oh man, the NFL, they fell so hard. But Hotep's been told you. I've been told you. How long ago did I say we should boycott the NFL?
Oh, wow, man, years.
Years I've been saying, yo, forget the NFL, B. Like when Mike Brown died, I said boycott the NFL. When Trayvon Martin died, I said boycott the NFL. When Tamir Rice died, I said boycott the NFL. And everybody said to me, well, what's that gonna do? Well, now look at your dumb asses. Stupid.
They tuning in more than ever, man. I swear to God.
You see, everybody chanting Lamar Jackson and Odell Beckham. Like, either y'all hate the NFL or not. Y'all gonna watch that white man sport because y'all want to see these players, man. You know what I'm saying?
They can't stop watching it. I know it's tough, man. You know, I watched football for a good part of my life, you know what I mean? But at some point you be like, man, you wasted a lot of time of your life putting it to Sunday afternoon, watching the game, Monday night, watching the game. This is stuff you could be creating stuff of your own. You know, you could be working on businesses or anything else, but you're giving it to recreation. I know everybody needs rec. Everybody needs an escape. But there's certain times with NFL, it was way too much. You know what I mean? It's
way too much.
Take it back.
And that was my premise. When all these gentlemen, these Black lives died, I was saying boycott the NFL because I'm like, this is a cash cow. And a lot of their attention comes from Black men. You know, Black men talk sports, like women talk love and hip hop. So my thing was, if we pull back our dollars and our attention from the NFL, we'll have more economic say, more economic power and control to say, look, until y'all give us this, we ain't watching no NFL. But the Negro can't leave that TV alone, man.
No.
And that's the problem. We have no solidarity. How you gonna say, you know, the players should kneel, but you don't have no solidarity and stop watching the tube? And then want to be mad at me when I laugh at y'all when Donald Trump says you sons of bitches. Yeah, you sons of bitches. Hey, sons of bitches should have turned that TV off. Hotep's been told you to turn that TV off. We been left that shit alone, man. Dumbasses. Niggas got me feeling like Ali Shakur again out this motherfucker.
You got one more super chat, man.
Michael Andruella, what about the Fed? Hey, look, man, thank you for the super chat, but I'm trying to keep the show going. Keep them Black vans from pulling up. So we're not going to talk about the Fed.
Yeah. All right, that's another episode. Episode 9. We got 9 under the books, man. This has been. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You guys can donate. Patreon, Hotep Nation. Patreon, Uncle Hotep. You know, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to his. Hotep Jesus, take us out.
Yeah, man. This episode was sponsored by Gifitize. If you want to steal your GIFs from Twitter, Reddit, wherever, use the Gifitize app in the iTunes store, and all sponsored links is in the box below. Uncle Hotep, I'll see you next week for episode 10. Who knows what's going to happen, man?
All right, man. Peace.
Bye, yo.